Hello YouTube, it is Ranger of Oz once again, and it's playtime. Yes, I'm actually going to use the title that I put on these videos now. As you can see, we are moving on with our 2-week Thundercat expose with Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living, the arch-nemesis of the Thundercats. My first thought on this toy, absolutely gorgeous. Detail around Mumm-Ra's symbol is clear, crisp painted around his neck, his bandages, the rags that are left of his cloak from his decayed form, the hands, individual knuckles, pieces of his bandage coming off his wrists, wings, not very big. I would have preferred a bigger wingspan, but it hides the Thunderlink's tumor absolutely wonderfully. And for the most part, his posability is good too. You've got almost full range on the shoulder ball joints. You've got full range on your bicep swivel. You have your elbow joint. Forearm swivel's a little tight. But other than that, he's good. Knee on some kind of, I think it's supposed to be some kind of a double joint, but I'm not sure. It doesn't act like one. And this weird leg boot swivel thing, like on Hacksaw, that is one of the problems. You have to bend him a little forward so that he'll stand up straight. After that, he's pretty stable. So with those things, he's good. Of course, nothing's perfect, and as I stated last week, I am sorely disappointed with this Thundercats line. The head of Mumm-Ra, because of all this admittedly gorgeous detail around the neck area, the head does not move at all. It's actually kind of sad. His leg is on a good free-moving ball joint, but, well, curse you, Bandai! Curse you to the pits of hell! Yeah, that's not good. That's needed super glue. Yeah, a little bit of super glue on those would not have gone astray. In fact, a little bit of super glue on those would have been absolutely perfect, because that is terrifying. Aside from all that, Mumm-Ra, and this is probably one of my main complaints about it, Mumm-Ra comes with the Sword of Plunder. Sword of Plunder has some pretty good detailing. You can even see on the Eye of Plunder there, they have the actual slitted eye pupil. Problem being is that there's no actual, aside from the red on the Eye of Plunder, there is no actual paint on it. It's the same flexible, admittedly not as bad as the Sword of Omens, and mostly unpainted. However, my main problem with this accessory, is looks good, does not feel good. It doesn't fit into his hand securely. If you were to put it in there and then start waving it about, this thing's going to fall out. That's unacceptable. If you're going to give him an accessory, for God's sake, let him actually be able to hold the accessory. You can't give an accessory with a toy that you can't use, that has no playability. Even with Hacksaw Jim Duggan, even with the display, the 2x4 at least fits in his hand in some way. The Sword of Plunder, you can't put that in and not be worried that it's going to fall out. So yeah, not pleased, not impressed. This figure has some wonderful detail. The amount is stunning. But in playability, the sword doesn't fit. You got bits and pieces that fall off when you move your legs, and the head doesn't move. It's not acceptable for a child's toy. And I've, 2 toys in the line, and that's it. I'm not going to get another Thundercats toy unless it's one of the classics line. The really, really detailed lino I want. The classics lino would be fantastic. Other than that, this line, not happy. Anyway, Ranger of Oz, signing off. I'll see you next week.